Miramar Police Department.
Yeah.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm waiting for my sister to go over there. What happened? What happened?
I just here to speak to you over here for a second.
Oh, Lord.
Right now there's an investigation, and I guess it's your daughter.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
The first signs that something was wrong didn't come from a crime scene. They came from silence. An 18-year-old high school student who always stayed in touch with his family suddenly stopped answering his phone.
You go back inside, please. Don't. Just do as I ask, please.
Missed classes without warning and became impossible for friends to reach. His family searched everywhere they could think of, believing there had to be an explanation. Within days, that search would end in the worst possible way. Police would discover his body hidden in bushes only a short distance from where he lived.
Get away with nothing! There's cameras everywhere.
The case began on a Sunday evening, October 17th, in Broward County, Florida. For DJ Grant's family, the day became increasingly concerning as the hours passed. His mother, a nurse named Molin Emil, realized that her 18-year-old son had not returned home. According to those who knew him, DJ was dependable. He regularly kept his family informed about where he was and wasn't someone who disappeared without telling anyone. As the evening continued, every attempt to contact him failed. His phone wasn't answered, friends didn't know where he was, and no one had seen him. By the following morning, concern had turned into alarm. DJ failed to appear for his classes at Miramar High School, something everyone around him considered completely out of character. Teachers and friends noticed his absence, and his family immediately realized that whatever had happened wasn't normal. They began searching everywhere they believed he might have gone, contacting people who knew him, checking places he frequently visited, driving through nearby neighborhoods, and even distributing flyers in hopes that someone had seen him. Nothing produced any answers. As the search continued, police also spoke with people who knew DJ, hoping even the smallest detail might help determine where he had gone. Officers asked whether anything in his recent behavior suggested he might have left voluntarily, including whether he struggled with anxiety or depression.
Needed.
Anxiety and depression, so like he would
He has anxiety?
No, I have
Okay, so he will check on you. Do you know the girl that he's talking to or trying to talk to?
No,
No, does he have a girlfriend?
not to my knowledge, no.
No? Okay. Right. All right. So you haven't seen him? What's up, man? No, everything good? Okay. Okay, so you haven't spoken to him since.
Sunday.
Is this his behavior? Like, does he do? He's a good kid.
Here, he's a good kid. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He goes out. He has a plan. He goes out with his friends. He calls literally all of us all the time to let us know, like, what's up, how you are.
Okay. All right.
The response indicated he did not. They also asked about his personal life, including whether he had a girlfriend, but no one knew of one, and nothing suggested he had simply decided to disappear. His family described him as a good kid who didn't drink or smoke, and who always contacted them to let them know where he was when out with friends. DJ was a quiet young man who preferred spending his free time gaming, wasn't known for causing problems or getting into fights, and had never given any indication he would vanish without explanation. The search continued into Tuesday. Around 2 o'clock that afternoon, officers canvassing an area near Sherman Circle North in Miramar made a devastating discovery. Hidden in bushes near an apartment building, they located the body of a young man.
Let me step back.
Just outside the building where DJ lived. For days, while family and friends desperately searched for him, he had been only a short distance from home. Investigators were led to the area after noticing bloodstains along the sidewalk, and a preliminary examination revealed 2 fatal wounds, one to the neck and another to the chest. A knife was also found hidden nearby in the bushes.
You go back inside, please. Don't. Just do as I ask, please. In a few minutes, an officer will come talk to you. Go back inside.
As investigators secured the scene, emotions overwhelmed family members who had gathered. and officers asked people to return to their apartments while detectives worked to confirm the victim's identity and preserve evidence.
Listen, I can't answer anything right now. I just need you to go inside the apartment and stay there till I can get somebody to come and speak to you, please. Listen, what did I just ask? Just give us a few minutes and somebody will come and talk to you. Just give me a few minutes. Go ahead and go inside.
News of the discovery spread rapidly through Miramar, and tips soon reached police. One tip would prove especially significant. A woman arrived at police headquarters carrying her teenage niece's phone, explaining that after seeing news reports about the body found near Sherman Circle, she had grown concerned about messages inside a private group chat involving several teenagers from the school. Her niece had received messages from another girl, describing the previous day as the most traumatizing of her life after seeing the victim. The woman made clear she wasn't accusing anyone directly, but said she couldn't ignore what she'd read and believed detectives should examine the messages themselves, which included one participant allegedly claiming to have told others how many people she had killed and claiming gang involvement, though the woman acknowledged such comments might have simply been an attempt to sound tough.
Can you just give me a brief rundown? I'm so sorry.
You know, I'm seeing on the news that they found a body over by Sherman Circle, and they keep showing a picture of the kid that goes to Miramar High, saying they can't guarantee that it's him, basically, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But on my niece's phone, all the texts are coming through that they're her friends. There's people from school there, and they know it's him. I just came here because my niece was telling me that she had got these texts from this girl yesterday from the modeling, and she said it was the most traumatizing day of her life when she seen him yesterday, which would have been Sunday.
Yeah.
So in my mind, one and one, I'm not saying she did anything, but I'm not saying I can't come here and not show you either, because she keeps saying,
tells everybody in
how many people she's killed and she's in a gang.
I mean, and it could be just to be, you know, cool or to be tough.
But you never know.
It's like, you
And
know,
the same thing, I don't want the text messages here. I don't want them to
just
show my nieces. I don't want her.
like
I don't want
her
her
to associate.
Right.
Okay.
The following day, the victim's identity was officially confirmed as 18-year-old DJ Grant, the Miramar High School student whose disappearance had prompted the search. News crews reported that officers had originally been searching for a missing student before instead discovering a body concealed near the apartment complex. With the identity confirmed, detectives shifted fully into a homicide investigation, turning their attention to the evidence recovered from the scene and the conversations contained within the group chat. As detectives reviewed those messages, 3 names repeatedly appeared: 17-year-old Andre Dexter Clemens, 16-year-old Jacine Smith, and 17-year-old Christy Parisian. Investigators first focused on 17-year-old Christy Parisian. Officers arrived at her apartment and spoke with her mother outside.
Miramar Police Department. How you doing, ma'am?
So, right now there's an investigation, and I guess it's your daughter?
Explaining that an investigation involving her daughter was underway and that no one would be allowed inside until a search warrant arrived. Her mother confirmed no one else was home except another daughter at work and asked to briefly retrieve her phone to contact her sister.
Nothing has to do with you personally, but we have to keep everybody out of apartments. So if there's anybody else in there that's in there,
No, the sister, she's at work right now.
but nobody else is inside.
No, only
When
2
you
of
get
us.
some, you got shoes on, okay.
So we have detectives that are going to get a search warrant. Okay. So right now, we're just going to make sure nobody's inside, and then we're going to close the door, and then we're going to wait for the warrant to get here.
But officers declined, following protocol until the warrant process was complete. While waiting, Christy's mother mentioned that Christy had left her a voice message earlier that day about the homicide, prompting officers to retrieve the phone to listen to it.
He played.
I'll be back home, and I will have my phone, so they took my phone. So, okay.
By now,
By that point, detectives had already spoken with Christy at the station, and after hearing the recording, they determined her mother had no additional information that could immediately advance the investigation. As investigators continued gathering information connected to Christie, another team of officers searched for the second teenager whose name had surfaced. Around 11 p.m. that same night, they located 16-year-old Jacine Smith outside her family's apartment, with her mother present as officers began speaking with her.
Did you hurt this person? No, I didn't hit you or anything. I was just told to push him and make sure he stayed in the home.
Detectives started by asking whether she had hurt the victim, clarifying that she wasn't being accused of anything at that moment, and that they simply wanted to understand what had happened.
I don't know exactly what happened. You're telling me that you were told to do something? I don't know what you did. I don't know what you didn't do.
She said that she was told to keep him in a corner.
Jacine said she didn't know exactly what had happened, but as detectives encouraged her to explain from the beginning, she began describing how she became involved.
Andre. Okay. Andre told me that somebody had pissed him off, or somebody was messing with somebody else's girl or something. It had to do with some type of chick. And that he was upset and that he needed some backup for his fight. He told me it was just a fight.
According to Jacine, Andre had asked her to help him, claiming someone had been involved with another person's girlfriend and that he needed backup for a fight, instructing her to help keep the other person trapped in a corner. Her mother asked directly whether officers intended to arrest her daughter.
You do not have to talk to me.
Are you going to arrest my child?
No, I'm not going to arrest your child. I want to hear what she has to say, but I wanted to reiterate because I said it to you and she wasn't here.
Jacine explained that Andre told her to dress entirely in black and follow him, repeatedly insisting they were only helping with a fight.
He told me to dress up in all black and follow him.
Andre?
Yes. I want to do that and everything. He just said, do this for me. Just help me out with a fight and we're fine. We walked all the way there and we walked up the stairway and Chrissy was there. Chrissy had seduced him from what I know. I was trying to just pretend and forget that it didn't happen. I already knew that if something like this was going to happen, I already knew the cops were going to show up sooner or later. And I already started preparing myself for the worst, Ma. What do you mean by preparing yourself for the worst? If they send me away, Ma.
When her mother asked what she meant, Jacine said she was preparing herself in case she was sent away, a statement reflecting an awareness that the situation had become far more serious than the fight she claimed to have expected. Jacine said Andre first approached her on Friday, telling her he had a situation that needed handling and asking her to help with a fight. Because she'd been in fights during elementary school and described herself as having been a bad kiddish outside of school. And because Andre was her friend, she agreed, believing it would only be a fight. She recalled him arriving at her home around 6:45 or 7 p.m., explaining the plan in detail, instructing her to wear clothes she didn't care about, along with gloves and a do-rag, and saying he knew the layout of the apartment complex. Once there, they went toward the stairwell, where Christie remained downstairs making a phone call, while Jacine and Andre waited above for what she described as a signal.
So I'd like for you to kind of tell me, step by step, on how everything occurred, you know?
Before Sunday, before he came over.
Who's here?
Andre.
Andre's from school also?
Yes. Before he ever came over, he told me on Friday, I believe it was Friday, that he had a situation that he needed to deal with and he was wondering if I could help him out with a fight. Me knowing that I used to fight in elementary and used to be a bad kid-ish outside of school, I'd agreed because he's a good friend of mine and like it's just a fight. He had said he was going to be coming over at around 6. He came over at least 6:45, close to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And he had proceeded to tell me the whole scenario of we're gonna get dressed in all black. You're You're gonna wear clothes that you don't care about. You're gonna wear gloves. You're gonna wear do-rag. I know the whole layout of the building.
DJ remained conscious long enough to speak, and she recalled him saying, "You're going to kill me. Just choke me out or end it," as he drifted in and out of consciousness before he stopped responding altogether. Throughout this part of the interview, Jacine repeatedly emphasized that Andre was directing what happened, even though her own description established that she continued holding DJ down while the attack unfolded. As the interview progressed, Jacine said that while discussing the plan beforehand, Andre had told her this would be the first person he had ever killed, a statement that immediately drew detectives' attention since it contradicted her earlier claim that the plan had only been a fight. When asked whether the weapon had been a knife, Jacine said it was a sword, significantly shifting the interview's direction. Pressed on when she first became aware of it, given how much harder a sword would be to conceal than a knife, she said she hadn't seen it directly at first, only noticing a bag and assuming the sword was inside it, inside a jacket, or with Christie. Detectives continued documenting her answers while questioning whether she could truly have been unaware of the sword beforehand. Investigators were also reconstructing what happened after the attack. DJ's body was moved into nearby bushes, the weapons and other items were bagged, and the three teenagers returned to Jacine's apartment complex, where clothing was later burned with gasoline in an open grassy area visible from surrounding apartments. A security guard and another resident noticed the fire. The resident described seeing two girls standing nearby while a male moved around it, adding more gasoline. And though she couldn't identify their faces at the time, she later recognized their body shapes from photographs and said all three appeared frightened. For DJ Grant's family, the legal proceedings brought the criminal case to its conclusion, but they could not erase the loss they had suffered. During the case, those who knew DJ described him as a caring, loyal, and honest person who was always willing to help others. One loved one remembered him simply by saying he would be there for you in a second, in a heartbeat. Those words reflected how the people closest to him chose to remember the 18-year-old whose disappearance first prompted a missing person search before becoming a homicide investigation. What began with unanswered phone calls and growing concern ultimately unfolded through witness interviews, digital messages, surveillance footage, and police questioning. As investigators reconstructed the events surrounding DJ Grant's death and identified the three teenagers they believed were responsible. The investigation concluded with guilty pleas from all three defendants and prison sentences imposed by the court, bringing the criminal proceedings to a close while leaving behind the lasting impact of a case that deeply affected DJ Grant's family, friends, classmates, and the Miramar community.